In a quiet village nestled between the red hills of eastern Nigeria, where the wind often whispered secrets to the trees and the moonlight danced gently on rooftops, a child was born under strange circumstances. Her name was Olachi, meaning God's hand is upon her. But from the very moment of her birth, the elders knew this child was not ordinary. Olachi's mother, Mama Ngozi, had longed for a child. She had prayed, fasted, and offered at the shrine of Oni, the earth goddess. One night, beneath a blood-red moon, she heard a voice in the wind. A child will come to you, but she will not be yours alone. The next morning, Ngozi discovered she was pregnant. When Olachi was born, she did not cry. Her eyes were wide open, glowing faintly, and around her tiny ankle was a golden bead, smooth and warm, which no one claimed to have placed there. The village priestess was called. She examined the bead and gasped. "This is Olamuo, a spirit bead. Protect it with your life. The child's fate, and ours, depends on it." And so, the girl grew up with the bead always tied to her ankle with a red silk thread. Olachi was different. She spoke fluently by the age of 1. By 3, she could recite the names of ancestors no one taught her. The animals loved her. Rain never fell when she walked. And anyone who tried to harm her, even by accident, suffered strange misfortunes. But Olachi was also stubborn. She would not obey easily. She questioned elders. She wandered alone. She spoke to the air and claimed she heard voices. By the time she turned 10, her mother began to worry. One day, Olachi came to her mother and said, "Mama, the bead itches me. It burns when I sleep." Her mother's face grew pale. "Never take it off, Olachi, that bead is your soul's guard." But Olachi rolled her eyes and walked away. In the market, the other children teased her, called her the spirit's daughter. Olachi grew tired of the whispers. One day, after a fight with some girls, she ran into the forest crying. She sat by the river, tears falling into the stream. And in her rage, she untied the silk thread and removed the bead. The moment it left her skin, the air turned cold. Birds flew away. The river stilled. Suddenly, a reflection in the water smiled back at her, but it wasn't her smile. It was sharper, cruel. The water hissed. And Olachi screamed. Back in the village, Mama Ngozi dropped her basket of yams. She felt a sharp pain in her chest. She ran home and searched for Olachi. She saw the red silk thread torn, the bead missing. She knew. 15 years ago, when she begged the spirits for a child, she had made a promise that when the time came, she would return the child to them. But she had broken the promise. And now, the spirit that had once guarded Olachi was free and angry. That night, Olachi returned to the village. But something had changed. Her voice was deeper. Her laughter echoed. Her eyes glowed red in the dark. Goats refused to go near her. Children cried when they saw her. And when Mama Ngozi held her, she felt a chill run through her bones. "Where is the bead?" she asked. Olachi only smiled. That night, lightning struck the old shrine of Oni. The trees in the village square bent backward. And the village priestess collapsed, whispering, "She is no longer the child." In a desperate move, Mama Ngozi went into the forest with a calabash of blood, bitter leaf, and the bones of her ancestors. She cried out to the spirits, "Please, take me instead. Let my child be free." The spirit of Oni appeared, tall, faceless, with eyes like burning charcoal. The bead was her chain. She broke it. "Now the child belongs to the void." Ngozi wept. "Let me pay the price." The spirit paused. Then spoke. "One price can replace another, but only if paid in full." Mama Ngozi nodded. The spirit vanished. And as she stood there, the trees began to weep. Her skin faded. Her voice stilled. And she disappeared. The next morning, Olachi woke up by the riverbank. Her head was clear. Her body felt heavy. The bead was back on her ankle, but her mother was gone. She ran back to the village. There was no trace of Mama Egozi. Only the red silk thread, now wrapped around the village shrine, glowing faintly. The elders gathered. They knew what had happened. Your mother has entered the spirit realm to pay for your defiance, said the priestess. Olachi fell to her knees and wept. From that day forward, Olachi changed. She became humble, kind, and quiet. She rebuilt the shrine with her bare hands and offered daily sacrifices in her mother's name. The golden bead remained on her ankle, but now it carried a scar. Every child born after her was told the story. Never break a sacred promise. Never take off the bead that guards you. And never forget, the spirit world always collects its debt. And in the corner of every home, a small bead sat in a calabash, wrapped in red silk, a reminder of the missing bead and the price of disobedience.